Alright everybody, welcome back to this episode of Best Brew Ever. Today is the second beer review of the Game of Thrones beers. I had a pack that two beers came in, and this nice Game of Thrones glass. The first one we reviewed was a double ale. This one is a Belgian style triple ale. The first was Valar Dohaeris. This one is Valar Dohaeris. I was really surprised at the first one, how good it was. It was actually wasn't just it's a everyday double. Just make a double, but slap Game of Thrones on it, and all of a sudden that's what we're working with. But it was actually in itself a good beer. So it wasn't just like so gimmicky, I guess. It wasn't something that I probably would have bought if it wasn't for the Game of Thrones gimmick. But I'm glad that I did, and I enjoyed it. So I'm looking forward to this one. The first one was at 8%. This one's a 9%. Kind of look at see the packaging on that, or the label. It's very nice. High Valyrian coin on there. Champagne style cork and guard on it. This is obviously also by the Gang Brewery from Cooperstown, New York. Also, on one side of the coin tells you how to pour it to serve at 40 degrees. On the other side of the coin, it says, when the words Valar Morghulis are directed at you, there is but one correct response. Speak clearly and serve up Valar Dohaeris with aromas and flavors of honeyed sweetness, balanced against mild bitterness and rich, full malt body. And once again, 9%. So that sounds pretty good to me. Doesn't sound as complex as the other one, but I'm not gonna pass judgment until I get in there. And this one is not gonna be as easy to pop open, but my hands are wet now. There we go. See if I can not make a noise. See if I. Yeah, a little better. Getting better and better. And then we are with the Game of Thrones logo. This one, I believe, is a lighter color than the double. Oh my lord. Center Point Brewery coaster. And what are we working with here? Oh wow, that smells great. Nice thick head on it, plenty of carbonation. I mean, it smells delicious. It smells great. Smells like what you would think a Belgian double would smell like. Kind of, really malty. Kind of smell the alcohol. It's kind of hard to. Not a whole lot in the aroma, but on the first the double, It was the same thing. Wasn't a whole lot with the aroma, but which led me to believe it was just going to be an average beer. This one, I like that. I like the way it looks with the white behind it. That's nice. But let's see what it actually tastes like before I just claim it's going to be ordinary. That's good. It's kind of I'm getting kind of like the banana clove of like a Hefeweizen kind of. It's clean. It's not, doesn't feel heavy at all. It's really, for a triple, you would think it'd have like a really malt, syrupy almost beer. I mean, you see it's light. It tastes like light bodied. I mean, I can feel the warmth of the alcohol definitely, but it's not, the alcohol's not overpowering the beer at all. That's deadly. I mean, I could knock down these pretty fast without even knowing the the alcohol percentage. It's starting to get a little more sweetness in the aroma. Sweetness in the flavor, and like it says, flavors of honeyed sweetness. So I mean, pretty much their description's dead on for these beers so far. You know, a lot of times you read the label of the beer and it says notes of chocolate and raisin and something like that. And a lot of times I don't get it. I might taste a little bit of something, you know, but these are pretty dead on descriptions. So I mean, from what the two that I've had, I guess it go by what it says. I mean, if that sounds appealing to you, the beer's probably gonna taste like that. So I give it up to these guys. You know, I might have to start drinking some more Omegang beers. Not bad at all. I do think I would prefer the double. It just had a little more complex flavor. It was more my style. This one's refreshing. It still has, like I said, it kind of has like the Hefeweizen feel to it. Kind of spiciness. I'm assuming they threw some wheat in there. Maybe, I don't know. It is really good, and there is looking like there's some sediment in there, and it said there would be. So do not disturb, slowly pour, and do not disturb the bottom. So be aware there is yeast sediment in here, and I can see some in the beer here. So, but that's no big deal to me. I really don't care. Overall, it's a good beer. Like I said, the double was probably, out of the two, my favorite. But we still have one more Game of Thrones beer to review, and we'll do that next week. Game of Thrones is starting in about 40 minutes, So I am going to enjoy this once again, sharing with my wife, and that'll just about do it for this episode. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all those things. I really appreciate you guys, continuing to watch. I mean, this is really fun for me. I kind of like the reviews a little bit better than the videos that I actually make beer, because that's more work and more editing, and this I get to sit back and enjoy a beer, which is the best part of this whole thing, right? So thanks for watching. Till next time.